If you try, you may succeed. If you don't try, you will not succeed. This is true of all things. Not succeeding is the result of not trying, says Japanese proverb. Ikigai is that thing in our lives that provides a delicious richness. It's what gives life its meaningful purpose. According to Ikigai, there is a fire within us all. It may burn brighter in some than in others, and it may waver, but it can also return stronger, hotter, and more powerful than ever. And it takes different things to stoke the flames for each of us. Sometimes it's quite difficult to decide what we want to do with our lives. Most of the time, we have no clue about what life is like in adulthood and what we want to do when we are grown up. For this, the Japanese invited a philosophy named Ikigai, which stands for reason for being. Ikigai can help us to determine what it is that we want to wake up for in the morning. You know, finding your Ikigai isn't something you come to consciously. It is slowly revealed to you over time in the moments that help you to get to know yourself. It's never complete and is constantly in flux. Ikigai help us to get into the flow state and make our pursuit sustainable and useful for the world. Many people hate their job so much that the misery they associate with these activities often creep up on them. It is said that Ikigai is not something that comes easily, and it is not just about confidence. In fact, it takes a lot of soul searching and a lot of failures and a great deal of questioning and self doubt to get there. Above all, Ikigai is about being honest and reflecting on yourself and your behavior. What makes you happy? What is important to you? Finding the answers to these questions over time can help you to realize what your driver is. Finding your Ikigai also calls for balance. As much joy as you get through work, it would not be enough to sustain you. A strong family connection, wonderful friendships, and a beautiful little home all contribute towards making Ikigai richer and more meaningful. None of this is passively attained though. All relationships require a lot of effort and good communication. Sustaining work and home requires compromise, and negativity, self doubt, and hardships are all facts of life. But your ikigai is what propels you forward in the darkest moments. We have to reassess our own nature and the nature of our surroundings. Thus, the change we need to make is twofold. On the one hand, we need to change our mindset. On the other hand, we need to change our circumstances. Because when we do right things with the right mindset, we are able to enter a state of flow. And Ikigai helps to identify what is the right things to do so that a person is able to get out of bed in the morning with a sense of purpose and therefore is able to work with almost no effort. Ikigai consists of four things. Firstly, you have to pick something that you are good at. Secondly, it must be a thing that you love to do. Thirdly, the world should need it. And lastly, you have to get paid. How do I find my ikigai? Chances are you already know what makes you happy. You just have not thought about it as something as grand as your purpose for being. Finding your ikigai is at the center of who you are as a person and is the result of a combination of factors. We are too often pushed to categorize ourselves into small buckets, like what is your occupation, or so what is it that you do. This reduces our entire essence or personality down to few characters. While it can also sometimes be a fun exercise, but in reality, we are far too complex for that. There is a saying in Japanese: 10 people, 10 colors. And the truth is that everyone is different. We all prioritize different things, and one is not necessarily better than another. So, some people may get their ikigai through their family, children, while others get it through their work. If you think of your life as a flower, then your ikigai is the center and is what holds it all together. The beauty of the flower comes from the sum of its parts. How beautiful the petals all look together. But individually, each petal represents a different facet in your life and the things that transcend or tie them all together. One of the petals might be your profession or your passion, or it could even be what helps you pay the bills each month. How do these facets impact one another? How can they grow and gain strength? What can you improve? This is what a true ikigai or purpose is all about in life. First, we all have to go through a process, also called philosophy of Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. Life is such a process where the job is never really done. Thus, Kaizen says there is always something else to be learned. Small, continuous improvements that can be made over time. Second, self care. Taking care of yourself is key to productivity. We are not robots. Taking breaks, in particular, is vital. Once we find that we are much more productive when we take time out of our schedule to do some exercise, it is so effective at releasing pressure and tension for us, and this way we can always produce better quality work with a clearer head as a result. We have to know that the prime of your life does not come twice. That's why we all need the Japanese word ganbare, which encapsulates the spirit of how to summon up motivation. It's a combination of do your best and don't give up, and captures the enthusiasm and passion you need to keep going sometimes, to keep the end goal in sight. Ganbare represents an attitude or the spirit of determination and perseverance. You might hear it chanted at marathons, for example, as an expression of encouragement and solidarity. Finding your purpose or ikigai can help you find contentment in that, and it allows you to be more focused rather than being distracted or consumed by all smaller daily frustrations we all encounter. Your ikigai brings the most important aspects to the fore, and in so doing, it can help you let go. It can also help you to be more empathetic towards others, realizing that everyone is motivated differently and that one way is not necessarily more right or more valid than another. Ultimately, finding your ikigai can help you to be more productive with your time by paying attention to the most important aspects of your life, whether that's building a home, spending time with your family, or getting to where you want to be in your career.